What's going on, guys? I'm Bartholomew. I've been a strength coach for 13 years. Today I'm going to try to keep up with a little garage workout with 5-year NFL veteran Henry Anderson. Henry's a defensive end. He's way more fit than I am, but he had to make up a workout because he's traveling this off season. So comes to the garage and we're going to get a little circuit in that you guys are going to follow along with. Now, the key is this. You're going to see a lot of coaches, trainers, whatever people want to call themselves. Whenever they go through training sessions, they're always trying to kill the people they're working with. They want to show people how hardcore they are or anything. That's not what performance is about. Performance is about finding a minimal effective dose, a threshold that does just what you need it to be with a clearly defined goal, and then moving on. So when you're following along and probably laughing at me, because you definitely won't be laughing at him, understand that the goal of this is a little bit active recovery, low-level stimulus. You're going to see every single kind of movement represented. Push, pull, squat, hinge. This is a simple workout and training session that we use as a filler. Sometimes it's extra conditioning, or sometimes if a guy's traveling, we'll rock and roll. So he's gonna put me through the paces. I'm gonna try to keep up. You ready to rock?
Let's do it.
All right.
2, 1, go.
We're already 1 round in, getting your butt kicked. But again, make sure choose exercise that you aren't at a high risk of injury. Keep your form locked in, self-limited. Form ones that you're familiar with and not just making up. What you see on YouTube isn't for everybody. So we're a round in, the key's 30 on, 30 off. We're giving a 2-minute halftime. Raising work capacity, choosing a good wide range of movements, also making sure they're self-limiting. Again, you don't want to do burpees, you shouldn't do burpees anyway, but burpees and then jump rope and then some kind of heavy squat. All this stuff you're seeing out there has to be appropriate for the individual. If you do something simple, don't think it's going to be easy. If you program it the right way and you know what you're doing as a coach, the simplest stuff is the most difficult. Round 2's coming up. The thing that makes this affair is called the Versapulley. Whatever force you come out with, it's pointing back eccentrically just as strong, if not more so. So it looks slow, but it's a grinding, steady movement that trains the eccentric component of the muscle as well. Don't forget the different contractions.
Less.
Time under tension will get you sweating way quicker than anything else. Aside from the fact that I sweat more than anybody in human history already. So even though Henry and I are training together, still always want to keep an eye on guys. We don't train together often. He's clean with his technique, but I'm making sure he's not rotating. Turn this hip in a little bit. Stay square. Classic anti-rotation exercise. Wider he gets his legs, the easier it's going to be. If he starts tilting his pelvis, no good either. So he controls fatigue, Switch his arm, locks the whole thing down. Should be able to put a glass of water on his back. Just gotta push, pull. A lot of people try to chop their feet and heat it. Not worth it, just load up. Steady, strong pushes through the heel. Focus on glute contraction. Stop. Again, control, you're not seeking fatigue, we're controlling it. Squat, pull. You can also just drag it. I like the squat and pull. Boy, it's good to get more pulling movement. Once it's back, another drop in the bucket. Go at it again. Steady work rate. Not a competition. Want to keep form clean.
Three, 2, 1, rest.
So one thing that you never want to underestimate is the value of a rest period. We live during a time where people think, oh, I need high intensity workouts, fatigue, fatigue, fatigue. You have to manage fatigue, you don't want to seek it. I've been a strength coach for over 13 years. I've trained consistently for 15. And when I get fatigued, I make sure to either scale back the weight, I make sure to change the angle, I do whatever I can to keep myself in a better posture. But keep in mind, if your goal is performance, fatigue's the enemy. There's some other myths that go along with that as well. You'll hear people say, don't sit down, don't put your hands on your thighs. And for certain people, this is fine. There's certain people that need, a young athlete needs to make sure that they're not just seeking out comfort. But ironically, somebody sitting, putting their hands on their knees during a rest period, that will help them recover a little bit more quickly. Telling somebody not to do that stuff just because it's some old coaching ideology is kind of like telling a boxer or a fighter, especially a boxer, not to sit down before in between rounds. You're not going to get the mental edge, like whatever mental edge you think you're getting, you're sacrificing in terms of not managing your fatigue. Down-regulate, control your breathing, and make sure that you're focusing on quality, not myths, mental toughness, nonsense, and what have you. Get a good rest period in, depending on your goal. That could be anywhere from 45, 60 to seconds, even 3 minutes, or 5 to 8 minutes if you're powerlifting. Get a rest in, get back after it, quality work's the goal. But don't chase fatigue. All right. We made it this far. As you can tell, I'm not the guy that's trying to look cool. I sweat like crazy. We're both getting our butts kicked. But this round, I'm throwing a little fun into the equation. So we've done our meat and potatoes stuff. We've done some squats. We're gonna hit some swings. We've done some pushes. We've done some pulls. So I throw my guys a bone every now and then, and they're gonna do some biceps. So you're gonna see a bicep curl. You're gonna see jump rope. Again, self-limiting exercise with the jump rope. You're gonna see kettlebell swings. The last thing we're gonna do is a suitcase carry. Squat, push, pull, hinge, carry, sprint, throw. You see these basic themes throughout training programs. Again, try to keep it fun, sticking with a 30-30 tempo like the other ones, 2 times through. Make sure when you check the notes of this video, all the exercises will be laid out for you. For now, we gotta get going. Simple arm swing, rolling the hinge, keeping the feet wedged in. There's no sloppiness, no slack. You can go one arm if you want. Offhand follows, switch, always loading the hinge. man, you think I can make it in the league?
You got a shot.
As if being good at working out and training means you're gonna be good at football.
Listen, I hope you enjoyed that. Again, take everything with a grain of salt. You have to understand whatever training session you're doing, whatever workout you're putting people through, consider the context. It's not hard to find all these tough exercises to make people do and leave them exasperated, leave them tired. Getting people tired doesn't take any kind of intelligence. Make sure your movements have purpose, make sure they're the right fit for you, your athlete, your client, anybody that you're working with, and think with common sense. That's the art of coaching at work.